Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Rant and Chill. On this channel, I like to rant and I like to chill. Here, we're gonna be chilling, talking about BABYMETAL. The other one, talking about the song Mirror Mirror, asking the question, what is this song really about? What's going on here? If you like this sort of thing, make sure you press the like button, share it, and subscribe. But check out the other BABYMETAL videos here, man. I like doing this stuff. I'm not a scholar, but I'm just a common man. I like to smoke cigars and drink beer, and I like to talk about the music and what it means. And this is gonna be interesting because BABYMETAL had an interview saying that the songs, or at least he hinted that the songs pull from myths, and that it gave a hint that there's like deeper layers to these, that they're not what you think they are. At least he gave that perception in the interview, which I did a video on as well. So let's talk about this song, Mirror Mirror. Before I get into the lyrics, let me ask you guys, what do you think the song means? Okay, what are some of the messages of the song? So right off the bat, it goes, mirror, mirror, listen to my wish. Who's the fairest of them all? Mirror, mirror, make my wish come true. Who are you in the mirror? So, okay, we're pulling from like Snow White. We're pulling from like witch fables or folklore. Okay, already you kind of get an idea on the surface what this is. Is it really about a witch looking at herself in the mirror? Asking to see who's the fairest, see who's better than her, see who's more beautiful than her, I suppose, or who's more innocent. Perhaps, but then perhaps not, because perhaps the mirror itself is really just a metaphor for life, or for life, for the world around us. Instead of looking in the mirror saying, listen to my wishes, fairest of them all, looking at the world as in the world as a reflection of us as humans. Like, what is a mirror? What is a mirror? I mean, of course, on planes, it is a surface that reflects, right? It's reflecting you. It's reflecting light. It's reflecting positive energy. It's reflecting the beauty in positive, in beautiful objects, I should say. Of course, I guess it also reflects the ugliness too. It reflects. But there's cultures that look at mirrors as something more than that, as something, you could say, maybe kind of spiritual, more metaphysical. And I think that's what's going on here. The mirror is a metaphor. It's not really the mirror. And I'll tell you why I think this. Because then the chorus comes in, the double, double, toil and trouble. Double, double, toil and toil, trouble. Double, double, toil, trouble, mirror. Okay, so you probably think, okay, it's more witchy stuff. It's maybe the song is clearly about a witch, really casting a spell of some sort on. They're gonna bring double trouble to whoever their victim is or the target is. Well, actually, I disagree. I disagree entirely. Kind of. I'll tell you why. I think what's happening in this chorus, it kind of reveals the deeper picture, the layers, the depth of this song. In that, so the double, double, toil and trouble, I understand, comes from Macbeth. And in that, when the witches are doing the double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn, cauldron bubble, they're asking for Macbeth to be tormented for all the things he's done. I'm thinking in this, it is like, not necessarily literal witches doing this on whoever's singing, or whoever. Obviously, it's Sue, but the character she's playing, or singing as, in that perspective, I should say. I don't think it's like literal witches. Okay, I think it's saying that that we engage in activities and do things that will double trouble to us and wreak havoc of our own minds. Especially when we look at the mirror that is the world, which is a reflection of us. Think about it. Like, I might be out on a limb here. Maybe no one agrees with me. That's okay. What is the world around us? Is it not a reflection of what we do, everything we've done? Really, no, that's absurd. I'm just saying, like, if you were to, like we have sculpt this earth. We have changed the earth to our design in a way, in lots of ways, right? I mean, one could say that earth is like, I guess, a clay sculpture, and that we're molding it to our image just by being here, just by I guess, accident, just by as a byproduct of our actions. Not really trying to scope it in that way, but it just is. So then it's not a sculpture. Then it would be a mirror reflecting what it is we do and showing us in that reflection when we look at it, our perception of it, it does affect us. Because what happens when someone, when people look in the mirror, I mean, for some people, they get, they see themselves for what they really are, or they see themselves for all their flaws. They see themselves for all the positive things, overlook their flaws. I'm thinking this song is saying that that we have that, I guess, that approach when it comes to the world at large. And there's a lot of things. I know that's very general, but there's there's a lot of little pieces you can get into on that. Man. But that's why I think the Double Toil and Trouble isn't, like I said, about witches wanting to bring trouble onto the singer, or the singer being a witch wanting to bring trouble onto the world or whatever. I think it is like nature itself coming back at us for the things we do. Or maybe when we look at the world and really look at that reflection of it, that it's like what we're thinking, like a psychological level. Okay. So what else is going on in this song? Well, once again, you go, what are you looking at while living inside a mirror? What are you looking at while living inside a mirror? You know you do not exist as your real self, beyond illusions, leaping over even yourself. Now here in front of you is the new world. Now this is interesting. Who are you looking at while living inside the mirror? Hey, reflection. What are you looking at? And there's some people who believe, some societies, some cultures that believe that the mirror is like a portal. It's not just reflecting. It's you see something. Well, obviously you see something on the surface. You see yourself. You see whatever you're looking at, or it's looking back at you. But in that moment, you get to see more, right? You're seeing, like you can notice all the little things about how you emote. You can notice your flaws. You can notice maybe you get absorbed, get lost in your own beauty, or whatever it is. But you are looking at that. But what is that looking back at you? I mean, there's some societies, like I said, some cultures that believe that it's something deeper. But if we go with this, that it's not the mirror and it's the world that's reflecting back at us. What is the world? What is the world around us? And the line, you know you do not exist as your real self. Is that the singer's thought? Is that Sue's thought about what she's seeing the reflection of the world back at her? Does the world not exist as its real self, but just as how we mold it? Well, that's not entirely true, obviously, because there's well, no. I mean, we didn't create this world. We didn't create the world we live on. We didn't create this. Somehow it was created. Something happened, right? I don't have to get into all that, but we do clearly have a big impact. A big impact. Just by living, and there's that impact could be negative, could even be positive. You can look at it in different ways. Now, and by the impact isn't just environmental. I just want to say that. Think about, like, we even going through wars, like massive wars, or those huge body counts and stuff. We have changed this world by shedding blood on the ground, where the grass likes that. It's interesting how blood brings nutrients back to the soil, and it's like anyway. I'm saying, like, we, just by being here and the various things we do, have changed things, or left imprints, left remains, left an impact on this world, and we can't not do that. Because we live here, and it's everything we do is going to impact it. It's going to be reflecting back on us. So then it goes, mirror, mirror, listen to my wish. Who's the worst of them all? Mirror, mirror, make my wish come true. So once again, we do this, the witchy stuff. I don't think, once again, it's a mirror. It's not literal. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for, I believe, well, maybe you can call it the human condition. Maybe you can call it that. But I think it's kind of bigger than that. And then the last post-chorus part where it says, I'm whispering to you. I'm whispering to you while living inside the mirror. You know you do not exist as your real self. Beyond illusions, leaping over even yourself, now here in front of you is the new world. Now, it sounds very similar to the previous post-chorus, but it's different. Instead of us looking at a reflection and the reflection, or maybe we're having some thoughts about the reflection, what we see. Now it's the reflection looking back at us, not just looking back, but whispering to us, talking to us. And if you go with that the reflection is not a literal mirror, but that of the world around us, then we can ask, what is this whispering? Is it the thoughts we get, the thoughts that fill our minds from what we see, what we perceive as the reflection around us, as the world being reflected upon us? Like if you see, you could go environmental. You see like environmental hazards and things, and when you look at that, the perceptions you have, the thoughts, what are the thoughts that you have from that? That may be what is being whispered to you from the reflection of that. And then the line, you know you do not exist as your real self. Are we even our real selves? What is the real self? What is the real human? We have adapted and evolved for a good while, and we have changed as much as we have changed the environment around us. Like, it's hard to sometimes believe that we came from a time where we had essentially nothing. Rocks, sticks, spears, not even fire. Yet we somehow thrived. We survived and thrived. And as we did, we made advances. We discovered things that changed ourselves as much as it changed the world. So who are we? Are we still the same human we were before? No, we're not the same. But we're similar. Prone to the same vices. Prone to greed. Prone to anger. I guess you could say we are driven by our emotions still. And I don't think that's ever going to change. So, yeah, there you go. That is what I think, in a nutshell, what Mirror Mirror is about. So there is a layer to it. It's, you know what? If you look at the music, if you hear the music, the way it's kind of disjointed, but by design. There's the melody, the guitar melody, almost sounds like it's struggling with itself, like it's struggling with what it sees, like a reflection of itself. Maybe that shows the struggle of what we see as we look around us. Or maybe it could quite literally be what we see in the mirror, struggling with what you perceive to be you. What I mean by that is like what you perceive as in all the flaws you see. Maybe you only focus on that and you're caught in this like extreme like distress mentally, Anyway, let me know what you thought about this. You guys take it easy. Oh my God, what's happening here? Oh, you have a good one.